So, Mercury's retrograde. Let's talk about crystals that you can use for support during the Mercury retrograde. Now, remember, Mercury retrograde will affect communications, and that can be listening, writing, reading, speaking, pretty much all those areas, as well as anything where you're involved with communication, like negotiations. It can be involving contracts, travel, automobiles, shipping, and mail. So, we've talked previously about proactive ways to deal with those situations, but what can you do for your support? And I find that crystals can be very helpful at times. So, my favorite crystal to recommend, if you're going to pick one, would be black tourmaline. Why black tourmaline? Because it's an incredibly protective stone. It also will help you in grounding yourself, so it's your connection to the earth. And being better grounded will help you when you step out be more aware of your surroundings rather than being off in the atmosphere and not paying attention to what's going on around you. Fluorite, which is known as a psychic vacuum cleaner, also is helpful for dealing with cluttered thoughts, and giving you better mental concentration and focus, which is again important during this time when we need to be more focused and aware of what's around us, because Mercury retrograde may throw that off. Now, as we talked about just earlier, Mercury retrograde affects communication. And one of the stones that I like for communication, especially truthful communication, is lapis. You'll find that most blue stones are going to be helpful because they're associated with the throat chakra, speaking of communication here, throat chakra, and what they do is help you open up your avenues of communication, and in particular with lapis, it helps you speak your truth. Citrine promotes clarity of thought and focus. It also opens your mind to new thoughts. It protects against negative energies from someone else's abuse. So if someone's having a bad day because of Mercury retrograde, it's a great stone to have on you to remind you that you don't have to take on that individual's issues. I also find that Mercury retrograde it's such a cheery stone for this time of year where it's a little bit dark. Of course, it can be Mercury retrograde is not always in the winter. It happens 3 or 4 times a year. Golden healer quartz is another very colorful, bright, cheerful stone that helps enhance joy, balances yin and yang energies, and dissolves and releases blockages. A great stone to have as a support during a Mercury retrograde. Malachite is known particularly for protection during air travel, although I think of it as a protective stone for any kind of travel. And so it's especially good when you're doing a lot of traveling, going to, flying from one coast to the other, the Midwest to someplace. It's going to help you in your travel. Moss agate is another stone for stability, persistence, grounding, mental concentration. It's also a stone of abundance. And again, it's a stone that you might find would be helpful for you. And you might be saying, do I have to get all of these stones, all 7 of these? And the answer is no. But you may even look into your own collection and say, oh, I've got this stone and this feels like the right one for me. And that's really important, is just because we're talking about the crystals that are helpful during Mercury retrograde doesn't mean that you have to abandon your own intuition. In fact, I'd encourage you quite the opposite, to really think about something. And if you say, I want to check out black tourmaline, see if you are attracted to that stone for this time to help you with your grounding. Have a good day, and please make sure to be aware of what's going on around you. And don't worry about Mercury retrograde. Be proactive.